Deadpool 2. This is obviously the highly anticipated sequel of the first Deadpool movie from 2016. It stars Ryan Reynolds again as Deadpool, as well as Marina Baccarin, Josh Brolin, and other stars. Now, I won't tell you too much about the plot because going in, I didn't know much about it myself. I pretty much just knew the two main things that everyone knows about this movie: Cable and the X-Force. And that is all I'll leave you with, and I won't go into the details of the plot too much because I think it wouldn't be nice for it to unfold within your eyes. And if you do know about it, I don't need to tell you anyway. But straight off the bat, this movie is hilarious. This movie was so much fun. I mean, going into this movie, I didn't have extremely high expectations. My thought process going into the movie was like, how is this going to top the first one? It's going to try to top the first one, it may not work, and then it's going to, it's going to be good, but how good is it really going to be? I had a lot of fun with this movie. I don't think I've laughed in a movie like this, like just a movie in general. I don't think I've laughed that hard in a very, very long time. This movie was so fucking funny. Every single thing they did was funny for the most part. There was a few jokes that didn't quite hit. Of course, you can't get 100% accuracy, but personally, I think my strike rate of laughing at the jokes was a lot higher than a lot of people. I don't think a lot higher, but definitely higher than other people, and I laughed hard. I mean, a lot of the stuff they do is bits. They're not just one-liners at times, they're bits, and they'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 bits in a row, and I'm sitting on my ass laughing so hard because I just found it so funny. Now, obviously, the story isn't going to be as good. It's going to be hard to top because the Deadpool, the first movie, was a fun origin story, and it was cool to see an origin story done very well, and it was, just awesome to watch, and a very actually intriguing story. And I don't think this had the same aspect. This story, I mean, definitely didn't have a definitive villain, which made it a bit harder to kind of establish what was going on, and it didn't have a point you're going, this is where it's leading up to, which could be a bad thing. And I definitely think with any other movie it should be, but I think with this movie we know what we're expecting: a fourth wall breaking fun time, and that's all it was. It was a hell of a lot of fun time. But the thing that surprised me with this movie, it actually made me care. It actually made me invest and kind of give me a little bit of sadness in this thing. It tries to, it has heart, which is not something you got from the first movie. I'm not saying it has heart, which makes it better than the first movie, but something we didn't see with the first movie. Obviously, the story isn't as good, but the heart is definitely there, and they try to do something they didn't really do in the first one. Another thing I think they didn't do in the first one that I'm not still sure about in the second one is they definitely bring Deadpool down to earth. They make him, more of a human person. You know what I mean? Like, he's not the straight up joking killer that he was in the first movie. They kind of give him a bit more feelings and a bit more, down to earth personality, I suppose I could say. And it didn't harnish the movie, but I definitely don't think it was the right angle to do. I mean, it made sense for the story wise, but I just think that to me isn't the Deadpool that was as cool as the first Deadpool. It was still as funny and still as awesome to watch on screen, but just as a character, it would be cool to see more of a heartless, fun character than more of a loving, fun character at times. Obviously, it's the same Deadpool. It's Ryan Reynolds still, but you kind of will understand if you see the movie and know what I'm talking about. But, this movie, it didn't do anything exciting and out of the blue crazy that no one was expecting. It kind of does if you... Just the angle they took on the X-Force, I won't say what it is, but there's a different angle that they took on the X-Force that I was not expecting them to do. It was very funny and very just unexpected. But other than that, they didn't take too many challenges in this movie. They didn't try to do anything too untoward. I mean, it's pretty much what you expect. There was definitely moments, where you go, are they trying to make a serious moment? Are they going to make a joke out of it? And they don't make a joke out of it. And you're like, was that meant to be a serious moment? It's hard to tell. And I think with a movie like this, it is hard to tell at times. And I think that's the movie we expect, though. I don't think we can tarnish the movie because of it, because that's the angle that they're approaching it with. They're going, no, this is the type of movie we're going to make. It's going to be fun, action, fourth wall breaking, and hilarious. And they ticked all the boxes on that angle. I thought this movie was definitely funnier than the first, but maybe not the stories there like the first. I think, to me, these movies are just on par with each other, in my opinion. I think Deadpool 1's probably the better movie, but the funnier movie by far, and maybe the more enjoyable movie, in my opinion, is Deadpool 2, and I'm giving Deadpool 2 a B+. As I said, guys, there is definitely some flaws in this film, but in the end, the whole point in Deadpool is to make you laugh, give you some crazy action scenes, and break some fourth wall, and they fucking did the hell out of that. So if that's what you're looking for, if you're a Deadpool fan and you want to see that, I definitely recommend checking this one out. Sorry that the reviews have been a bit more slow. The videos haven't been coming out, not as regular. I'm still doing at least a video or two a week, but there's just not as many movies coming out at the moment than there should be. As well as I miss Steelbook Sundays. I know, trying to get on track with Steelbook Sundays. I've got a lot of cool stuff coming up as well. I want to introduce a few new segments into my channel that I'm going to be doing on the regular. So keep up to date with that, as well as my solo review should be out on Friday, as I'm seeing that tonight. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.